Hello. Hello, welcome to the Daily Political Tarot and Astrology here on the Black and Orange channel. Thank you so much for going through the news with us, with me. This news can get kind of harrowing if you have to go through it yourself, so we go through together. On today's episode, oh boy. The jury in the E Jean Carroll case gave us 83.3 million reasons to smile. Rudy's bankruptcy may be paid by Trump against his will, at least a chunk of it. Trump is calling on all willing states to send National Guard soldiers to Texas. Right. Anyway, so those are some of the things we're covering today. I'm literally here every single day of the year. Every weekday, weekend, weekday, holiday, my birthday, your birthday, I'm here, and I have been for 3.5 years. We're closing in on 4 solid. Yeah. So anyway, 10% of my income from everything Black and Orange goes to Feeding America, which supplies food to food banks across the country. That's an ongoing thing. We have epic troll slayers who keep us safe. Thank you. And we have got a fantastic community here because of you. You've been so kind to each other. You've been so kind to me. Thank you. And if you're watching this on replay, hello. You can go down in the description box. All the questions are listed there. I timestamp them as I go. So you can pick and choose what you're interested in or watch the whole thing back on like 1.25 speed. I do that a lot on YouTube. I watch a lot of YouTube every day, even just in the background. Just going, oh, I want to hear about that. Oh, I want to hear about that. Oh, I want to hear about that. Anyway, all right. Lisa Lee says Danny Shea would love the overlay. Oh, yes, bathrobe tarot. I would like to read with him sometime. I have to often try to work something out with him. I have invited him, but he was busy. So, thank you, everybody. All right, are you ready? Are you ready? By the way, tonight is the monthly Patreon social get together. Is this very evening from 8 to 10 p.m. We get together. I don't have super expensive tiers, so and if you're a member, you can come. Links in the description box. We get together for 2 hours in the evening of the last Saturday of every month, and people come on screen with me, and so you can put faces to names, and some people stay in the chat. You're welcome to do that if you'd rather, but we talk. I have cards and we talk, and it's a lot of fun. So that's this evening, and I've got some graphics to show. So anyway, yep, that's this evening. So if you're a patron and you stop by Creative Sprint in the afternoon, I'm here on the YouTubes, which is free, of course. You could spend the whole day with me, you poor thing. Anyway, all right. At 3 minutes 40 seconds in. Oh, it was beautiful. I almost came on live yesterday afternoon when they were waiting for the jury to decide on how much money they were going to award E Jean Carroll, but they only took 3 hours to deliberate. By the time I found out about it, it was over. They announced it, and I was getting ready, and they announced it. I'm like, oh, that's that. It only took them 3 hours, and it was unanimous. $83.3 million. Oh, so Greasy Squeezebox says my cats don't like clothing. They already have fur coats. Oh, mine won't wear anything. But I thought these were adorable. Anyway, Joe from home says I cried happy tears when I heard the verdict. Oh. Janelle says Trump really disrespected the jury. Yeah, I think that's a given. Yeah, I would have to wholeheartedly agree. Lucky Girl says only if you are a Patreon member, not just a YouTube member. Thank you for clarifying. Yes, this evening from 8 to 10, it is Patreon. You become a member on Patreon. The membership here on YouTube gives you access to the emojis, the exclusive emojis, but it doesn't. And really, you're helping to keep the channel going, because there's, not making a mint here. It makes a big difference. So, Veronica Johannes says, I see the old faithful deck. I love when you remember things I've been saying. Yes, good old faithful. It felt like a good day for that. So, Deborah Johnson says the way they both acted, I was surprised it wasn't well over $100 million. Did you see her meltdown outside the court? Lady, there were a lot of things there that didn't happen because of you. There are bad things happening to Trump because you are a terrible lawyer. Oh, and by the way, I was looking for her chart this morning. I don't know. Yeah, I guess that's kind of what we're talking about here. Let me move this down, and at 6:30, Alina Habba Astrology. Oh, thank you, John. Thank you. Makes a big difference. Thank you. I don't think I've got it handy here, but close this, close that. Oops. If I close that, is that here? Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. I have something I can show you. Oh, give me the tab. Give me the tab. Okay. And 1 second. I didn't think I had this handy, but I do. So I'm going to explain to you some ways that it's like, oh, yeah, Alina Habba, I get it. Second, let me pull up her. We don't have a birth time. Natal, show the chart. And pull this tab over here. I'm so sorry I didn't have this ready to go. Okay, let me show you something about Alina Habba. Finzenberger is asking, is Habba a true believer? Yes, and I'll explain why. A big dog mom, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right, we'll take care of it to move the kitties. And share screen. Is that this one or that one? Oh, okay, yeah, it's this one. All right, this is her. Okay, some of these, where was it? Alina Habba. Oh, it doesn't have the. Okay, well, let me just point this out. There's one thing that's not showing on here, but I will point it out for you. This is from astro.com. Darren says Aries is a fire sign, and Moon and Leo probably made her even worse. Oh, it wouldn't be hard. Anyway, so she is an Aries. The sun here is at 5 degrees of Aries. For those who don't really know astrology, just pointing out, Aries is the first sign of the zodiac. It's it's the soldier. It's the take action. It's the when you're born, you cry out, you move. It's ruled by Mars. So you see a lot of. Of course, Mars can be amazing. Every sign can be amazing, and it's good and a bad side. when it's bad, it is unbelievably selfish, because it is really this, the Aries is the sign of I am, and they become all about themselves if they go wrong. Well, she is an Aries. She can be aggressive when she wants to be. That's not hard for her. And aggressive is not a bad thing necessarily. Depends how you use it. But she's got her sun in Aries, so she's got her sense of self. That's her sense of self. Her emotions are over here in this weird looking sign, this in green. That's Capricorn. And that is the sign of Trump has his sun in Capricorn, which is status, hierarchy, rule skyscrapers, aristocracy. And she's got up here, she's got her moon there. So that's where her emotions are. Now, I don't have her birth time, so it's possible her moon is over here in Aquarius, but frankly, I doubt it. I just honestly doubt it. Oh, actually, and I made this one for later in the day. That was it. Because I wanted to see how close it came, and it doesn't go into Aquarius. There we go. Yeah, so her moon is in late Capricorn here. And so that her sense of self is the soldier, the take action. Her she has an emotional need to have class and be high in the social structure. And I noticed, okay, her Mars is in Scorpio, which is ruled by Pluto, plutonium. It's about power. All right, so this is someone who has some real energy to draw on. But one thing that isn't here, but I noticed her Venus is in Pisces, and Pisces is the last side of the zodiac, and it can be very spiritual. It can also be about institutions, organized religions, that kind of thing. She is a Chaldean Catholic, which is a Middle Eastern branch of Catholicism. And so what and how she loves is in Pisces. Her look is not particularly hard-edged, so that would soften the Pisces ruled by Neptune would soften it. But one thing that's not marked here is that within 2 degrees of this Venus is something called Lilith, Black Moon Lilith. And Lilith, it's a minor thing, but it's a powerhouse. Lilith was the first wife of Adam, but was basically booted from the Garden of Eden because she would not submit to Adam. And she was the rebellious, and she was, there's a lot of talk about her being untamable, her being very physical in nature. So the fact that it's like her Venus is in this gentle sign. No, it's in the same place as Lilith. So she, between the Aries sun, the Scorpio Mars, and Lilith conjunct what and how she loves. She has a lot of energy to draw from. That's the nice thing I could say. Casmo says wild and uncouth. Well, the thing I joke about with Scorpios, because I'm a Scorpio, is that every day Scorpios make a choice because they're ruled by Pluto, which rules plutonium. So I always joke that Scorpios make a choice every day to you can use your power, which is huge, but you can use your power to either, warm the city, warm grandma's cocoa, keep the kitty toes warm, on a cold night, and be this source of huge eternal source of warmth and comfort. Or you can choose your worst nature, blow up and make the whole area uninhabitable for 10,000 years. She's got she's making that decision every day too. She's just got all of this energy. And the old ruler of Scorpio used to be Mars. So she's got all this energy, but you have to choose how you're going to use it. You got to decide what kind of person you're going to be. With great power comes great responsibility. So that's her chart. That's who we're dealing with. She was born in 84, so she is nearly 40 years younger than Trump. Also, one thing I noticed was, there's been talk about how she's married. She's married. She's got 3 kids. Hello, dear. She is currently married to her second husband. She was married, from, is it 2011 to 2019? Something like that. But she's been married to her current husband since 2020. So, yeah. Glenna Miles says, Alina, is performative drama and ego are driving forces. Yeah. Yep. Findenberger says, sorry, got Mars and Scorpio too in the 10th house. What's wrong with that? It can be wonderful. It can be absolutely wonderful. Allison Jacobs says she has Mars on the ascendant. Well, we don't know her birth time. I just ran. So you can, I'm sorry about that. I should have made that clearer. We don't know her birth time. I ran it at noon, which is what you usually do with a chart where you don't know the birth time, just to give you a general sense. But I ran this later in the day because I wanted to see how close her moon was going to get in aspect to other planets, and I didn't want to do the math. So anyway, yes, that was boo-boo. So Cosmo says, and she and her husband are millions in debt. Haha. Well, Finzenberger says Venus and Pisces can be illusions too. Oh, very much so. But here is the kicker. I put her chart together with Trump. And there's a lot of stuff back and forth, whatever. Okay, so that would when you take a chart of one person and another person and you overlay them, it's something called synastry, S-Y-N, synastry. But you have 2 different beds. I put your bed over on the chair, and I've got your bed here, and I covered you up over there, and I can cover you up here. You have so many places to sleep. Yes, you have so many places to sleep. Sorry. Anyway, but there's another thing you can do. When you put two charts together over each other, synastry is what it's called. When you do that, you get like when they meet, how will they affect each other? And that can be that's their Hi, I'm working. I am. Okay, sorry. If you put 2 charts over each other, it's kind of the chart of their relationship, of their meeting on how their energies interact. But if you want a chart of the relationship, you can always create a chart of like the moment 2 people met. That will tell you a lot. But there's something called a composite. And what they do is you take 2 charts and you basically create a midpoint. Like this person's sun is here, this person's sun is here. So the sun and the composite would be halfway between the 2. So you create this chart that's a midpoint method of, and that tells you what their relationship is. All right, I'm going to do this. And if this does not work, nope, this isn't going to work, huh? All right, hang on one second. Hi. Okay, we're going to do this. We're going to go in the other room. We're going to go in the other room. And we're going to rest. Okay. Sorry. Okay, now I can focus. All right. I put their charts together. And what I got was something called a grand trine. Well, likely a grand trine. Lori Burdine says composite shows the entity the two create together. Yeah. When they're together, that's kind of who you're dealing with. So if I shared this, and I'll get to the reading on the questions here in a minute. But all right, I created this. This is the composite. So between the two of them, the sun's over here in Taurus, what have you. What's jumping out at me is you roughly have this big triangle. And you've got this opposition, the big red lines. You've got a big triangle, big blue triangle, basically. You've got some other more 60 degrees, which is also blue, which just adds to it. But the upshot of this is trines, 120 degrees, 120 degree aspects between planets is a very gentle, comforting. It's an aspect between two planets as if they're in intertubes in the summer, just lazily drifting down a gentle river. It's that kind of energy. It's lovely. It can be a little lazy, but it's just very, very easy energy. And when you have a lot of trines, it can either be that there are parts of you that just really work well together. It can be good, unless it's too much, it can be a very good thing. And when you have an opposition, like that big red line, it's like two things on a seesaw. And you can think of it, the way I always think of it is myself and my significant other from years ago, our sons were exactly opposite. And it was great. It's great when you meet, because every time you're around that person, you feel kind of lifted up, or you help lift them up and they really feel lifted up. And it's this lovely back and forth. And that can go on for years until someone in the relationship starts getting annoyed that every time you succeed, they feel lesser. And it's like, that's not quite how this works, but okay. So you start resenting the other person's success for some reason. That's an opposition. But when you're first in it, it's wonderful. It's absolutely wonderful for both of you. So what I'm seeing here is a lot of trine energy. And when you have a grand trine, that's when you've got three. So it forms a big triangle. I'm almost done. But it forms a big triangle. Let's just say if you have it in somebody's chart, and I won't say names, but I'm thinking of just a random actor I've run across in charts who just has, his whole chart is just a big grand trine. And yeah, he's successful. And yeah, he goes out in, does his thing, but there's just this, there's nothing really original about him, because it's almost like his chart, the energy's moving around his chart where he's just constantly congratulating himself. Oh, I'll do that. See, that was successful. I did a good job there, didn't I? Yes, I did. Oh, okay. So, and then he'll come out with pithy statements about follow your dreams and all this stuff, but none of it's original. He's everybody has problems in life, but it doesn't seem to hit. And after, it's just annoying to deal with people like that, because it's like a constant congratulations. Oh, that was wonderful. Oh, that felt great. That was great. Oh, that was wonderful. Oh, look at this. So they've got, basically, they're working with all this trine energy, even if the moon turns out to not be involved, because she's born at a completely different time. There's a lot of trine energy here, and you've got the sun of their relationship together across from Neptune of illusions, Jupiter of expansion, blowhards, and Venus, love. So you've got this lovely seesaw thing that, if you're at first, it feels great, and if you are aware of it, or I don't know, emotionally intelligent, then you can deal with that, and you can go, hey, this is good. But this whole self-congratulatory, and then, hey, raise my sense of self, and then the illusion, and my sense of self, and the illusion, and so you put these two together, and it's just like, oh God, that explains a lot. Blah. Janelle Espinoza says it's a lot of living in their own world. Yeah. Michael Hill says perfect for narcissism. Oh, yeah. Harvey Norton says it looks like this trine has 3 major malefics in the 12th house trine: sun and moon, lazy karma, downfall. Yeah, this, not good. Not good. But, it's like, and to some extent, it reminds me, not directly in the aspects, but it reminds me of Trump's chart with Ivanka. If he was a good father, he would be great. He would be great. Everybody would see what a great father he was to her. If he was not a creep, if he wasn't a narcissist, because he would be all about, look at her, isn't she great? If he was healthy, it would be like, have you seen my daughter? She's great. Look how well she did in school. Look how great, it would be one of those things where it's adorable. It's adorably obnoxious, parents who are proud of their kids in an uplifting way. But he's chosen the dark side, so that it comes across as something completely different. Anyway, so that's what I was getting for Alina Habba and Trump on their composite chart, and her chart, and they're not good for each other. Surprise. And they'll just keep in their own world. Exactly. They'll just keep congratulating each other and agreeing and what have you. Around and around and around they'll go. Dick. Anyway. However, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I start talking and it just keeps going. At 28:30. Sorry. Yesterday afternoon, the jury in the E Jean Carroll case gave us 63.3 million reasons to smile. Will Trump actually pay it? Desert Dawn is asking, what type of person would be good for Trump? Someone he had to see as an equal. But he wouldn't want to be around that person. Kelly says a negative feedback loop. Oh yeah. I mean, we all deserve support and kindness and a pat on the back. I mean, that's a big chunk of what the creative sprints in the afternoon is for, Sarah and I, we want to encourage each other, but we also want to encourage anybody else who's trying to build a creative business, or write, or paint, or knit, or whatever people are doing. You want to encourage people. At the same time, you don't want to encourage people's worst impulses, which is what they're doing with each other. So anyway, so E Jean Carroll, is Trump actually going to pay the money? 9 of Wands. Well, we're going to get to the Engoron thing here in a minute. Yeah. I think so. What he did was heinous. Heinous. And the jury found him guilty, or accountable, adjudicated. Heinous. The devil. Caused her a lot of damage. And she came back from a really dark place and has put herself back together and tried to empower other people and other women. Bless her. Bless you, E Jean Carroll. And this is healing. And that's good. That's very good. This is a whole lot of money. That is a big chunk of money right there. So, yeah, it's part of her healing. I think he is going to have to fork the money over. I'm going to go I might go a little quicker than normal because I took so much time talking. I want to make sure I get through as many questions as I can. So, at 31:35, Cosmic Goat Lady, thank you for letting me know about this article this morning because I went, or the Midas Touch video this morning because I went and watched it. Midas Touch reported that the court-appointed overseer of Grift Co, Barbara Jones, something like that. I'm pretty sure her first name's Barbara. I think it's Jones. Anyway, Midas Touch reported that the court-appointed overseer of Grift Co said that some of the Chicago loans were fake without the proper paperwork. Tens of millions of undocumented dollars. So there's a lot of stuff in she spent 14 months looking into all things Trump, overseeing things. And Engoron hasn't ruled yet. In fact, I don't know if I've got the new one up here. No, I've just got the old one. But I've moved this down. I just got to put this new one in. I've updated this. But Judge Engoron said that he will rule by the 31st, which is right here. Right here. Right here. Hello. So, right in here. And he just got the report from the judge who was overseeing Trump Co. So, I'm going to guess that what she has to say in that report is going to have quite an effect on what happens with how Engoron's going to rule, and that's what I want to know here. Although let's wait on that. That's the next question. So this question would be, will this lead to criminal charges? I mean, they're saying, oh yeah, there was this huge loan in Chicago. Oh no, there wasn't. Excuse me, what do you mean there wasn't? There's no loan on that property? So where did you say there was a loan on that property exactly? And on and on and on. Will this lead to criminal charges? High Priestess. Boy, she works for a company. It's not just like her in a closet, on a cramped little desk, just trying to make sense of it. No, she works for a company. Oops, that's the back of the card. Page of Wands, Emperor, Ten of Swords, Seven of Cups, Star. Oh, we're going to like her. The Emperor, he did whatever he wanted to, and he had sycophants who let him get away with it. But legally, oh, this is about to hurt because of the lies. Just abject lies. And this star, this doesn't feel like it's for the Emperor. This feels like her. Actually, both of these feel like her. Yeah, exactly, Jeffrey Schwartz. Between the two E Jean trials, he's at 88.3 million. The New York fraud case could be anywhere between, well, Midas Touch thinks it's going to be somewhere between $250 and $500 million. Plus another 88.3. I don't know, maybe don't treat people badly. Just a thought. Don't con people. Don't lie about your finances. Seriously, do you, I mean, I know they've been there for a long time, but there's just this part of me, because I know this sounds kind of silly. I use QuickBooks, self-employed. And you know what? It works quite well. I just have to go in and categorize expenses and what's an expense, what's income, what's personal. I just go through, I do the thing, and then it tells me this is how much you owe in taxes every quarter, pay it by this point. You need to do your taxes now. Okay. Let us import your stuff from before. And I understand Grift Co is a bigger deal than just one person, but not by much. Deborah Johnson says, but you're not a criminal. Well, that's true. And I'm very happy to say that. Michael Hill says, you wonder if Trump has the funds. I don't think he's got these kind of funds. But, oh, she's glorious. She is absolutely glorious. And frankly, the card underneath that, under the High Priestess over here, feels like she's got Trump's number. She has got his number. So the next question. Bless you, Al. Bless you, good boy. At 3730. 3730. He's a good boy. That would be Alfie. Midas Touch also believes that this report letter may be exactly what Engoron has been waiting for to release his rulings. So I think what this comes down to is her report going to make a big change in how he rules? Oh, ow. Three of Swords. Legal, pain, metaphorical entirely. But, oh my gosh, being held accountable for your own actions. Oh no. Something that happens to the rest of us all the time. I love how this entire thing from Engoron is minor arcana. Because you're not special. I'm not special. I am as special as you are. We're all special. It's the humanity, each of us, it's like a tray of Fabergé eggs. They're all valuable. They're all precious. You may like some more than you like others, but they're all precious. He doesn't get that. He thinks he's special. He's better than everybody else. And guess what? You're not. And Engoron's going to make that perfectly clear. This is all minor arcana, regular, what is that expression? Regular, degular. feeling all beaten up here, a little raining on your parade. You might get a little emotional. This right in the center, this says that Engoron decides you're a thief. And here we have all the evidence and also things being taken away from you and you having to walk away. And a Queen of Swords here, the first of, well, not the first, ongoing legal matters where things are being decided. You are being judged. So I'm quite heartened by this being perfectly mundane. But clearly in the center, Trump's a thief. Ta-da! Yeah. Okay, so at 40:45 here, 40:45, will the ruling ultimately order the dissolution of Grift Co once and for all? I've heard different things about whether Engoron has the power to dissolve Grift Co. But I don't imagine that he would. I do believe it's in his power to certainly to cancel their. I mean, I guess it's all technical, but to cancel the business license. So. But basically, will Engoron's ruling ultimately lead to bye-bye Grift Co, Trump org, Grift Co? CC Ryder says in the Monitor's letter, of these 521 entities, 521 entities, but you want to talk about the Biden family? Okay. 51 were dissolved by the Trump org during the monitorship. An additional 55 entities were dissolved later. There are now 415 entities. What does that mean to you, CC Ryder? Please. Robin Roberts, you have been weighed, you have been measured, and you have been found lacking. Visualize 70, wouldn't alternate employment need to be found for the workers of the Trump organization? People lose their jobs all the time, I'm afraid. Raymond Pascal, you are absolutely correct. Undocumented immigrants commit crimes at a considerably lower rate than the Trumps. Oh, and you say Trumps and the campaign staff. Oh, just the Trumps. You're toast. You're toast. This is a huge suspension, which could very well be business license, but I don't know what his legal powers are to do that. I'm just getting that, yeah, Engoron is dunzo. And Casmo says, bingo. I'm getting actually some anger from Engoron and possibly the Monitor and what have you, just the corruption, the depth of it that's been going on for so long. And it's the family, the whole family, and nobody else gets away with that. And this is taking control of clearing the well. This is cleaning the well. Is taking control. It almost feels like, because I do believe that Letitia James wants the Monitor to stay in place. So it's like, all right, you want to stay in, you want to exist as a business entity? All right, well, then you're going to do everything above board. And you know that company can't survive if they do everything above board. Thank you, Arlene. Thank you. Thank you. You see, now, I know that some people have certainly heard this expression, but I don't know if it's just here in America, it's not as common. But I remember years ago hearing the great Lina Rodriguez in Australia say, behind every great fortune is a great crime. Now, I don't know about that. I wasn't raised with that expression. But with the Trumps, if they are forced to work above board only, they can get there from here. Now, could someone please have a look at the Kushner finances too? That would be awesome. Okay, thanks. Steve Meyer says Midas Touch just put out a video that the judge could still put 45 in jail. I don't know. Thank you, Amy Jones. KR. Bing bong. we were. Yeah. Woo boy. CC Ryder says it sounds like Trump org did some restructuring of its own. Per letter, they formed new entities to enter license agreements, management agreements, technical service agreements. Oh, man. Oh, boy. Oh, Jeffrey Schwartz, says between lawyers' fees, sanctions, fines, and losses to date, I'm guessing he has to be close to shelling out at least $1 billion. And he doesn't have $1 billion. So, and with the possibility that things could get even worse for Trump, because things are going badly for someone else who deserves a little shot of karma, little shot glass of karma. Rudy Giuliani's recent bankruptcy shows that he is due unpaid legal fees. At least he's saying he's due unpaid legal fees from Trump. It is possible the bankruptcy court could decide to sue Trump for those fees and then pay them directly to Rudy's creditors. And hasn't Rudy asked for a couple $1 million? So is Trump going to ultimately also have to pay out millions to Rudy Giuliani? Wouldn't that be a kicker? Yeah, Amy Jones, surprise. Oh my gosh. Yes, nuclear magenta, but Trump's a brilliant businessman. Who else could turn $5 million into $88.3 million? Yes, the art of the bad deal. I agree, Bernadette Smith. Rudy can kiss that money goodbye. Probably. But is Trump going to be forced to pay Rudy money, millions of dollars too? They're such low lives. Oh my gosh. Steve Myers, do stupid things, win stupid prizes. Okay. If it seems like it's complete garbage and it's coming out of Rudy Giuliani's mouth, it's kind of a day ending. And why? Or day, whatever. I don't trust anything Rudy says anyway, but he's really on the defensive. And when these jerks get cornered, here's charity and the plan that the bankruptcy court shells out. So this card here, tell me about because this is the bankruptcy court taking over. But what's with the charity in the middle? Is that money from Dumpy? Or is it just Rudy being forced to sell his assets to pay what he owes, specifically to Ruby Freeman and Shay Moss? Did I just mess that up? I hope not. When I'm doing a live stream and I'm juggling all the things, details, it's quite frustrating. That's a lot of money for the reading. Big money. Huge. Huge. Again, quoting Julia Roberts in Pretty Woman, when she goes back to the store she was kicked out of. You work on commission, right? Huge mistake. Huge mistake. Oh, look at that. You having to walk away from all that stuff? Boom, tower. Hierophant. This doesn't feel good for either of them. So I don't know if the court would sue or demand or something from Trump. This is so bad for both of them. And I'll take it. Thank you, Sylvia. Thank you. Thank you. Casmo, no. Would you do me a favor? Could you take down that quote? Because no, I don't think anybody should face North Korean justice. And we're very anti-violence around here, so I'd appreciate it. Thank you. Appreciate it. All right, so it's just bad for both of them. I'm just getting bad. Like, okay. Now, there are a couple of questions I want to make sure I get to. Oh boy. At 52 minutes in, holy buckets. Trump is calling on all willing states to send National Guard soldiers to Texas. Almost with the same intensity as he called people to head to the Capitol on J 6th. All right, this feels like an overloaded Celtic. So I'm going to put out lots of cards here. You can be able to see some of them. Oh, man. Yes, thank you for the 400. Thank you. CC Ryder letter. Below is a list of instances of restructuring and disposition of assets I observed and reported. Defendant provided notice of dissolution of certain entities that did not serve a business purpose. See, I don't know. That sounds like I would think that would be bad. I'm afraid I don't know exactly what that means legally. Sorry. But Trump calling on all willing. Let me make this 5320. Let's just take pity on those watching on replay. 30. Trump is calling on all willing states to send their National Guard soldiers to Texas. With almost the same intensity as he called people to head to the Capitol on J 6th. So what's the deal? Really? Talk amongst yourselves. The dumb Civil War. My dearest Annabelle, we have taken the Starbucks. We run low on gluten-free bread. And I have lost my charger, and I fear for my future. Burden. This is okay. Hey, red states. hey, like, especially like border state, like Texas, Florida, but Texas. Hey, guess what? Guess what? You're getting extra money from the federal government to help deal with the border. They just don't want you to be cruel for the sake of being cruel. If you don't want to deal with the border, then be governor of a different state. By geography and maps, your border state. Deal with your stuff. That's your job. If you don't want the job, there will be other people who want to be governor of Texas and deal with reality. Just saying. Burden. Yes, it's a burden. And you get help. Justice, right in the middle. Oh, thank you, Finzenberger. Thank you. Thank you. Casmo, yes. Beto, yes. Yeah. Justice, right in the middle. So the Supreme Court saying that Texas has to take down the razor wire. That was, yeah. I won't go into the details of the heinousness that has caused, but it's bad. In the past, legal decisions. Okay. Above this question, people looking for work, people sneaking in illegally. There's a balance here. Okay, you know I'm a big fan of Mystery Science Theater 3000. They have started a channel here on YouTube, where it's an MST3K, Mystery Science Theater 3000, an MST3K Forever-a-thon, because they have so much material. They're literally just running shows back to back. They have decades worth of stuff. And one of the things they just ran, they'll do full movies and they'll do shorts, and they do these shorts from like the 50s, or these black and white shorts. And I was just, the other day I saw there's a short that they were commenting on, making jokes about, but it was about how the southern part of the country grows vegetables in the winter that get shipped up north. And they were showing people in the fields gathering food, and was saying, and these are some migrant workers from Mexico. And they just went on, and it's like, yeah, people want work. Some people just want to work and go home. Some people want to work and send money back. Some people are fleeing for their lives. Anyway, base of this, cruel King Abbott of Texas, who thinks he's ruling the world. Home environment, the Emperor. Hello, cruel King Abbott. This is a MAGA king. Emperor. Hopes and fears. How aggressive the trying to police the border has been. What other people see? Texas. The Republicans in control in Texas. Your dynasty, your the challenge. People who are coming with children, who just want to be a family and want to be safe and have, celebrate their kid's birthday in a safe place. These are just everyday, lovely celebrations, getting together with friends, being able to talk to people, find somewhere to live, or improve your life, be safe. All right, near future 1 and 2. Well, this is the 3 of Wands is the watching the ship, waiting for your ship to come in. But in this case, it can be just ships coming in. So migrants. And the Page of Swords, the King of Swords would be somebody who is taking charge. So like, and legally, like legislators, like the whole case, the whole, not case, the whole, what's going through the, been talking about the deal in the House and the Senate about doing something about the border, and then Trump suddenly saying, no, it needs to be a talking point for me until election day. So we'll let it, so it's supposed to just stay awful. But there's a deal, and we can prove that we've got stuff done. Nope, Trump doesn't want it. So bullies, ineffectual, cruel, awful bullies. Final outcome 1, 2, and 3. Chariot, Knight of Cups, Hanged Man. If there's an, here's just a thought. If we all go out and vote, and there's a blue wave in November, do you know how much good that Biden and the Democrats could do if they had control? Do you know what they could do at the border? Do you know what they could do to help people all over? And do you know how much cruelty and stupidity could be stopped? Let's do that. Let's do that. All right. Well, that is going to do it for me for today. Oh, thank you for your patience with my astrology talk. Lisa Demars, oh my gosh, Mystery Science Theater. Where can I find that? Used to watch it on my day off. Just search YouTube. Just type Mystery Science Theater 3000 or MST3K, and it should come up. And it'll say Forever-a-thon, or you can type in MST3K Forever. I don't know, something like that. But it's there. All right. Anyway, so it's 1:17 p.m. here in Chicago at 3 o'clock. I'll be over on the Creative Sprints channel. And then at 8 o'clock this evening from 8 to 10 p.m. is the monthly Patreon social. We just get together and we talk face-to-face-ish as you can on, thank you, Jasmine, as you can on, like, you can come on screen. We'll talk. We'll all talk together. Or you can stay in the chat and just be able to put some faces to some names, and it should be a lot of fun. Usually is. All right. That's in the evening, last Saturday of every month. And I don't have super expensive tiers. I really don't. So that is at the Patreon membership down below. All right. And other than that, I'll be right back here tomorrow because I am here 366 days this year. All right. Take care. Yes, Suburban Housewife Cash Peters did give me a shout out yesterday. I was so excited. I was just like, it was wonderful. Made me very happy. All right. Take care. And I will. Thank you, Diane. Thank you. I'll see you right back here tomorrow. You're not alone. We are in this together, and there are good days ahead. All right. Take care.